Okay. All right, let's transition. Breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Couple more. Take a look around your space. Come to that place of stability and present moment. Naming 3 things you can see, hear, and feel. Letting go of expectations, letting go of stories you may have invented about your own balance. Knowing it's perfectly okay to use shoes if your feet are feeling a little funky today, or if you are having some balance issues already and the shoes give you a greater sense of stability for safety. I'm not there to catch you right now. Having 2 chairs on either side to act as parallel bars, and a pillow or something to create a different type of surface. And I forgot to mute you. I've only done this 50 times, right? All right, get grounded, rooted. And see if it's possible now to just take a moment to close your eyes and lift up through the pelvic floor. Allow the crown of the head to reach up toward the sky. And gently draw the shoulder blades toward each other. And maintaining this wonderful 90-degree angle of your elbows, can you press your elbows back and down a bit? Create some weight with the elbows, creating more length across the shoulders. And think about places where you can lift and places where you can ground. Find that beautiful place of balance in the center. Today, we will center and connect with our breath first. It's creating just some novelties. This balance challenge practice today is intended to create some novel and new experiences for you. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, your body just gets used to it, and we'll create some new and different playful experiences today. So you let go of the stories of what you think your balance is like and be open to possibilities. With the eyes closed, feeling the breath move into the nose and down to the lungs. Feel that ease of the breath. Today also with our balance, we balance effort with ease, creating enough effort to know that we're challenging our body, taking ourselves to that place of a little bit outside of the box of comfort, but also staying within that realm of safety. Now move to Samavriti breath, equal parts breathing. And that means breathing in for a comfortable count of 3, 4, 5. Pausing gently at the top of that breath and breathing out for the same count that you breathed in. 3, 4, 5, whatever works for you. Finding a place of equilibrium, equanimity, all those wonderful words associated with balance. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Stay present in your practice today, knowing there's nothing else you need to be doing right now. No one else you need to see, no one you need to speak with. Allow this time to be for you. Bring your hands to your heart center, come back to your normal breath and bow your head to your heart. And set an intention for yourself or someone who may need it more today. And if you don't have one, I offer you the intention of just being present. And even if your body doesn't always feel stable, your heart, mind, and soul can be stable. The body will follow. And then lower the hands, lift the head up, blink the eyes open, and extend your legs out long. Rub the knees if the knees are feeling tight. And then from the top of the leg bone, rock the legs back and forth. Massage the legs, just bring some sensory awareness into the legs. Awaken up all the neurons, all the tissues. Love, go as deep or as shallow as you want with your massage. And then let's do our foot massage again, just to ground our feet. So bring one leg up towards your other on top of your knee and thread your fingers through your toes. You want to get some strength in the feet and be able to spread the toes a little bit in our mountain pose, our Tadasana. Make some gentle circles with the ankles. We're going to be playing a lot with the ankles today because the ankles are what need to create movement to make those micro adjustments for balance. So your ankles will only go side to side. They don't adjust forward to back so much. So pay attention to that too today. All right. Spread your fingers within your toes and watch how the other foot does that too. Maintain that muscle energy and take the fingers away. Keep space between the toes. And then relax the toes, give each a little tug and a pull, little twist. And then massage the bottom of the foot. The plantar fascia, just really rub up and down along that plantar fascia, that tight band on the bottom of the foot. And spread the top of the bones across the top of the foot. So spread them away from each other. Try to get more space. If you have neuromas between the toes there, you can create some space there. Give them some space. Wiggle your toes. Give it a clap. And a drum roll. And knuckles up and down the foot. Now, importantly, put your hand on top of the foot and press your foot toward you. Try to keep your foot in line with your shin. Try not to sickle it. Nice straight line, stretch across as child's pose feet. And then flex the foot, stretch across the back of the Achilles. Nice. Pick your leg up, give it a rock. Shake the foot, let the ankle be free. Make some awareness to the hip joint as well. Rocking the baby. Good. A little comparison, and we'll go to the other side. So that ankle up there is comfortable for you. Thread the fingers through the toes. If you do this every day, you'll start to notice your toes get a little more space between them. If those toes are too tight and squished together, sometimes you can get some neuromas between those three bones in the middle. All right, what's this ankle doing? Give it a little circle back and forth. Tell it it's going to be working today a lot. All right, spread the fingers between the toes. Watch how the other foot just automatically does that too. Keep that energy between the toes as you release the fingers. Keep space. Hold it for another moment and relax that and give each toe a twist and a tug. And massage the foot, bottom of the foot, get up and down the plantar fascia. Massage across the top of the foot, spread those bones, the top of the foot. Maybe hold the ball of the big toe, the mound of the little toe, and go in opposite directions. That always feels good in my foot. And then give it a slap, a drum roll and a slap and a knuckle sandwich in whatever order you want. Pound it. Just massage with your knuckles. There's no one way to do this. Whatever you do is fine. All right, hand across the top of the foot, but this ankle stretch you do need to do correctly. Don't sickle the ankle. When I say sickle the ankle, that means your toes are completely pointing a different way from your knee. Your toes should be in line with your knee. And then flex the foot. Good. Pick it up, shake it, and rock the baby. Can you rock and shake at the same time? Oh no, don't shake the baby. Shaken baby syndrome. Oh, all right, we'll slow that down then. Okay, now come to your Sukhasana, your comfortable version of Sukhasana, whatever that looks like, crossing at the shins. Make sure the seat is grounded and rooted though. So when we do things, you can shift your gift side to side a little bit, internally rotate the thighs, really feel that sense of foundation. Foundation, core, and drishti, the three components I always harp on for balance. And even when you're sitting, you need to have some balance. So let's start with just moving the shoulders up towards the ears. Breathe in and Breathe out with an open mouth. Exaggerated shoulder rolls up towards the ears, back down and around. Take some awareness to your back body. So balance in paying attention to your front and your back. And I always tell you that story about my grandma who owned the dress shop in Peoria, Illinois. We'd go in and she'd turn around, turn around. Back's as important as the front. She knew. All right, fingertips on the shoulder, elbows lift. I think she was saying that for a different reason though. Elbows up, back down and around. Do you hear your grandma saying things or your grandfather saying things to you? And then you say those to your own kids and your grandkids. How about one more full lift up? Exhale, back down and around, paying attention to those shoulder blades. All right, shake that out. And let's do a tricep stretch. So take your right arm forward, plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder. So you reach out, plug in, fingertips to the shoulder, elbow lifts up. So slowly lift that elbow up as you spider finger walk your right fingertips down toward the back. And frame your face if that feels okay. If not, just press up with your opposite hand. And then tip over slightly to the left side. Get a nice stretch across that whole side of the body. When you're balanced and you're working on balance, if your fascia is tight on one side or the other, that's going to throw off your balance too, right? Lift back up, lower that down, kayak that shoulder, one side. We'll go to the other side. Left hand reaches, reach, and then plug the head of the arm bone in, fingertips to the shoulder, walk the elbow up, upper arm in line with the ear, frame the face or don't, walk the fingers down the back body. Feel that stretch. Maybe one side feels tighter than the other. That's already telling you something about the symmetry on the sides of your body. Tip over to the right side. Why would your right side or left side be tighter than the other side? Can you think about things you do in your daily life that may create some of those asymmetries? The way you drive, the way you sit at the computer, the way you sit on your couch. Our daily habits are what cause our body to shape the way it does. Lower the hands down. All righty. And this is a weird one, but hands on the ribs. And try to keep the pelvis stable and just make some figure eights. Well, not figure eights, infinity signs, sideways figure eight with your rib cage. So it's kind of like you're spinning your ribs around your spine. It's a real subtle move, side to side figure eights. What do you notice here? What do you notice in the back body, the lower back, each side of your sacroiliac joint? You notice stuff. So this is kind of taking the warm-up snapshot. What are you starting with? What's your starting point? Now take full body torsos. Now we're spinning the whole length of the spine in the pelvis bowl. Let the shoulders roll forward and back and the elbows bend. Play with this. Be playful in your practice today. Do things that are a little novel. Just like with your brain fitness, when you're doing the same crossword puzzle or the same Sudoku every day, can you try to do maybe a different type of game? Create some novelty in your learning experiences. Learn a new language. Read a book or watch a show in a different language. Good. Now go into a little cat-cow. Round the back body, chin to the chest, and then inhale, lengthen the spine, open the arms out to the side. Big breath in, take that spring breath there. Exhale, round, hands over the knees, chin to the chest, round the back body. And inhale, lengthen, open that heart. My sister gave me these flowers yesterday for my birthday. Exhale, round. I'm really celebrating me this year because I'm 60, but I'm celebrating it in a sense of gratitude that, man, I'm glad I got to this point. Whew. Inhale, open. Grateful to my teachers who taught me stuff, my doctors who keep me in one piece. Exhale. My friends, of course, my family, my husband. Oh, reach the arms up overhead. Gratitude. Pull all that in. Hands to the heart. Take a breath. All right. Take that left hand to the left side. Reach the right arm up. Press up toward heaven. Push down toward earth. Stretch, 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 stretch. Grow your spine a little bit longer. Then turn the palm facing your ear and crescent over towards that left side. Root down. Sitting bone popped up. Press it back down. Let's lift and lower twice. So inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale. Notice the side stretch. Notice what you notice on this side. Good. Now come back up. lengthen, draw the belly in and up and twist towards the right, twist towards the left, and lower your hand down to that opposite knee. Stay here in this twist for a moment, but then lift the left hand, turn the palm facing the ear, and then bring your right shoulder towards your right knee. Whoa, what's happening on the left side of the body? Keep that left arm in goalpost or reach it overhead and leave it there. Bring the upper arm in line with the ear. Big, big stretch. Nice. And then come back to center. Wrap the arms with a big hug. So the left arm's on top. Give yourself a big hug, chin to the chest, round the back. Feel the stretch across the back body. Good. And then lengthen your spine back up, open the arms up overhead, stretch, draw the belly in. Full breath in here. As you exhale, lower right hand down, press up toward heaven, push down toward earth, spine stays long and straight, belly draws in. Flex the hand, so you're actually pushing the hand into the ceiling, pressing the hand into the earth, and then crescent over towards that other side. Root down through your left, don't let it pop up. And let's lift and lower a couple more times. As you inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And what do you notice about this side? Tighter, more open. Other side. Good. And then lift back up, draw the belly in to cushion the spine, twist towards the right, and lower that hand down to the opposite knee. Stay here in a twist for a moment, keep the spine cushioned, and then lift the right hand to goalpost, palm faces the ear, and then tip over so that left shoulder goes in line with the left knee. Right arm can stay right where it is or reach up overhead, or the upper arm can come in line with the ear. You decide. Beautiful. You guys look great. That's a big twist. That is a big stretch. All right, lift back up. Come back to center. Give yourself a hug. Now the right arm's over top of the left. Round the back body, chin to the chest. Feel that stretch across the back body. Ooh, that feels good. For me, maybe not for you. Lengthen back up, open the arms up overhead. Big breath in. Palms together, hands down to the heart. Oh. All right, let's come to heels on the floor, knees bent, hands back behind you. All right, press your hands into the earth, lengthen, and rock the knees side to side slowly, keeping the heels on the feet and the toes drawn toward the nose will help protect your knee a little bit. So we're feeling and looking for a stretch across the top of the thigh that's going the opposite direction. All right, and now you can stay, when they go over to the right side, you can stay right there and lift the heart space up, or take that left hand and make some big circles. And then you can stay here, or you can lift the hips. Not a have to by any stretch of the imagination. One more. That's the wonderful thing about yoga, is you have to listen to your body and pay attention and do what feels good. So I was watching a yoga teacher yesterday, and she had a t-shirt that says, do what feels good in your body. And that's such a simple mantra. If it doesn't feel good, why would you do that to your body? All right, go to the left. Press the hands into the earth, lift the heart. And again, stay here, or do you want to make circles with your arm? Big full circles. And then if you want to lift up, lift up. That might not feel good on your other shoulder. Last circle. Very nice. All right. Now take your hands behind your thighs. Keep up on the heels of the feet. Draw the belly in. So come to your TA muscle, your transverse abdominals. Little cough, feel the muscle bounce into the belt, into the hand. Hold it there, hold it there. Lean back, we're gonna come into boat. Walk your feet a little less than hip distance apart, roll the shoulders back. Now, options here, staying here. All right, leaning back. Maybe doing a little bit of forward and back if that feels good. Or lift a foot up, or lift one or both feet up. Maybe just one today. Opposite arm leg. What do you think of that? Both feet. Ooh, both arms. Let's see if I can try this today. Whoa, here I go. Falling back. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. You do what you do you, I'll do me. We'll meet in the middle somewhere. Okay, tabletop. All right. One of these days. All right. Come to tabletop, pad those knees, okay? Now, today we're going to do flat feet on top of the floor. I'll let everyone get situated, unless you're standing, of course. All righty. Press the tops of the feet into the floor and press the hands into the floor. So push away with the feet and the hands. Lift the belly in and up. And then keep lifting those back ribs. Come to cat. As you inhale, sink the belly, lift the head, lift the heart. Oh, stretch those abdominal muscles. Exhale, press the tops of the feet and the hands into the earth. Let that lift those back ribs up. Tailbone lowers down. Inhale, sink the belly, lift the head, lift the heart. One more time. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting. What do you feel about your lower back? How's that feeling? Come back to neutral table. Here's an option for you now. Press the tops of the feet into the earth. Press the hands into the earth. Draw the belly in and up. Your option here is to lift one knee at a time. Slide a piece of paper under that knee. It doesn't have to come high. Feel the core working as you shift from side to side. Shift your balance side to side. Another option is to keep the feet pressed into the earth, hands pressed into the earth, and lift both knees up. Feel that core strength. Hold it, hold it, hold it, release. Feel the release of the belly. Reach those hands forward. High extended child's pose. Keep the hips lifted, the arms reaching forward. Find your breath. Good. Now play with your hips. Send your hips side to side. Sweep them side to side. A slow motion wagging of the tail. What do you feel in the lower back? What do you feel in the hips? Do you need to take your knees a little bit wider? Play with this now. Can you lift up into an extended tabletop? Make some big circles as you lift the hips up a little higher. Shift the knees forward and back. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I want you to sense in your body what feels good. Play with this. Maybe your hands come closer to your knees. Keep your eyes closed. Stay focused inward. Listen to your body. Maybe shift your hip side to side. Your shoulder goes towards your knees. A little bit more movement here. What feels good? How creative can you be? All right. Okay. All right, playtime's over. Just kidding. Okay, walk your hands a little bit forward. And we're gonna roll over the tops of our knees. So lift your feet up. We're gonna come into a low plank. So lifting the feet up, shift your weight so that your shoulders are in line with your wrist. Don't sink the back. Press the hands into the earth. Slide the ribs over the side body. Good, feel the core strength. Hold it, hold it. Good, beautiful. Press back a bit, shift the weight, stretch out through the shoulders and the arms. Have to have some strength for good balance too. And let's try that again. So lift the feet, roll over the tops of the knees, come to a nice plank. The torso is in line with the hips and the knees, shoulders over top of wrists. Now you have an option here of lowering the feet and lifting the knees, coming to high plank if you choose. Not a have to, stay right where you were. I know Debbie Jensen used to make you do this for like 30 seconds. Ooh, yeah, all right, come down to the knees whenever you like, and then shift into your child's pose. Knees are wide, tops of the feet on the floor. Shift your hips back to your heels as much as your knees will allow, and then stack your hand over hand and rest your forehead on your hands. Find your breath. One more breath. Good. And where in your body did you feel senses of symmetry? Where did you feel senses of asymmetry? All right, and then when you feel ready, press on back up. And we're going to come to our mountain pose. But we want to do that with our chairs on either side, chairs or wall. I'm going to give myself a space in the center and have all four corners of both chairs preferably on the mat. I'm going to send this back a little bit. Okay. All right, good. Grab a block. So you have your block, your pillow, kind of everything you need right there. We're going to place a block between our thighs and find a really solid mountain pose. I want you to think about your favorite mountain. You're going to be that mountain today. Wherever it is in the world, maybe you've climbed it, maybe you've just looked at it from afar, maybe you've seen it in all kinds of weather, fog, rain, snow. Picture your mountain. All right, be the base now. Find your feet, happy distance apart. Just rock side to side. Really get the feet connected. Lift and spread your toes. What we did with our toes, try to get them to spread out a little bit. Create more surface area of your feet. All right, and then find the center. Squeeze the block. Let that squeezing of the block lift up your pelvic floor and use that as a chain reaction to draw the belly in and up. Side ribs come in and down, so the whole core is strong. Shoulders reach up towards the ears, palms face open. Find your breath. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heel. So you're not sticking your butt out. You're lengthening. You're not tucking it under either. All right, making that little pez. You're lengthening it down toward the earth. Take the palms out to the side. Reach the arms up overhead. I'm going to have to give a little more space here. Do a couple of sun breaths here. Lift up and down. Breathe in, up and down. Now, what I want you to try to do is stick your thumbs out and touch your thumbs over top of your head. Find your proprioception. Where am I in space? The thumbs are touching overhead. And then sweep your arms back behind you and touch your thumbs back behind you. So you're touching up overhead. Whoop, where are they? And back behind you. Two more. Inhale, keep your core strength. Don't let your back arch as your arms reach overhead. Touch thumbs together and come back behind you. Touch thumbs behind you. And last one, inhale and exhale. Good. Keep that, squeezing that block. Keep the core strong. Now take the palms overhead, reach the arms overhead, and follow the gaze with your eyes. So now we're changing the focal point. So look up overhead. Now with your left hand, lower your arms down, but look to the left. Follow your left hand. Lower the arms down. Keep following the left hand. Reach the arms up overhead. Come to center. Follow the right hand down. And one more each way. Breathe in. Keep your core strong. Center. Look up. Turn the head over the right shoulder. Look at the left shoulder. Look at the left hand. Follow that gaze. Look up. And now follow the right hand. Good. And then keep the hands down, roll the shoulders out. All right, so drishti is one of the important things of balance, right? Looking at a focal point to create challenges and novel experiences, we're going to change our focal point around when we're doing some of these balance challenges. All right, so just kind of warming up the neck, see how it feels to turn the head side to side. All right, let's put the block in front of us now. So we do just a little bit of working more of the fascia of the legs and the back body as we do our pranam, our forward folding. All right, so we're going to start with bending the knees a lot. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see better. So we're going to reach the arms overhead, full breath in, and then exhale, hands to the thighs. Keep the spine long, bend the knees a lot. I'm going to bring the belly onto the thighs as your hands maybe reach for the shins or the block. All right, now this is to stretch the fascia of the lower back. So the intention of this pose is to stretch the lower back. So bend your knees as much as you need to reach long from the pelvic floor to the crown of the head. So grow your spine a ½ inch taller. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Now bring your hands onto your thighs, lift halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Find that length in your spine still and the length in your hamstrings. So can you press the tops of the thigh bones back and find that stretch in the back of the hamstrings? Legs are relatively straight. Inhale here, exhale, bend the knees, hands slide down the legs, reach for the block. Now allow the crown of the head to release. Feel that stretch in the lower back. Try to grow your spine a little bit longer. And then halfway lift. Hands on the thighs, press up. Straighten the legs, get stretch in the hamstring. Now keep the hamstrings relatively straight, the legs relatively straight, and just start to fold forward a little at a time, maintaining that length in your spine. Your hands can stay on your thighs. Head stays in line with the spine, so the head and neck are in alignment here. Good, and then inhale, lift back up. Reach the arms up overhead, palms together, and hands down to the heart. Now this next one, you have three options. We're doing what's called sloth walk, and this is Baxter Bell's work. It takes shoulder strength, so you can do it using a wall, a chair, or the floor. And I'm going to demonstrate it on the floor first, show you what you're getting into, and then modify. So it's again just forward folding, but this time knees are going to bend a lot. Knees are going to bend a lot. And you're going to bring the hands to the floor and do what he calls a sloth walk. You walk your hands forward, and then you walk your hands back, and then bring your hands onto your thighs and lift back up. Now the option would be hinge forward, bring your hands to the chair, and walk your feet to the chair, and then walk your feet back. Right? Same thing with the wall. Hinge forward, hands on the wall, walk your feet to the wall, stand up, walk your feet back. What that's working is your core strength, okay? So you pick which one works for you. We're gonna do it 3 times. Chair, wall, floor. All right, so get your mountain pose. I'll do one of each. I'm gonna start with the floor. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend the knees a lot, forward fold. Reach for the floor, chair, or wall. If you're on the floor, walk your hands forward. If you are at the chair or the wall, walk your feet forward. Walk forward and then press your hands back, walk back. Bend the knees a lot, hands on the thighs or hips to press up, come to standing. Inhale, lengthen the spine back up. One more time. Exhale, forward fold and bend the knees a lot, hands on the back of the chair, the floor, or the wall. Walk the feet forward. Slowly, or walk the hands back, depending where you are. Good. And then hands on the thighs to press up, or on the hips with the elbows pressed back, root down through your feet. Inhale the arms overhead, palms together, hands down to the heart. One more time, I'll use the wall. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down. Bend the knees a lot, hands on the floor, the wall, or the chair. If you're on the wall, walk your feet forward. If you're on the floor, walk your hands forward. Exhale, step back. Nice and slow, your own pace. And when you're ready, hands come on the thighs or hands on the hips, elbows back, root down through your feet, come to standing. Full breath in, palms together, hands to the heart. Now that is a really important thing to practice that core strength, because God forbid you fall, you can't get up. Sloth walk is one way to help get yourself up, right? You get on all fours and then lift your butt up and then walk your hands to your feet. Maybe you have to walk to something like that, like a bear, and then help yourself get up. So that's something worthy of practicing, okay? All right, let's see where we are here. Okay, test time. You ready? Don't get nervous. This is back to that Romberg test, all right? So the Romberg test is to see where you are with your balance. So put yourself between 2 chairs safely. And come to your mountain pose and bring your feet as close together as you can, all right? Squeeze toward the midline a bit and see if you can't release the hands or feather tap the hands or see if they can come down by your side. What you're looking for is a sway or a can't do that. And then slowly reach your arms forward. Eyes stay open. So use your core, use your drishti, use your foundation. How did you do with that? What happens if you close your eyes, take away the drishti piece of it? All right. Really looking at your vestibular system, at your balance system within that inner ear. Lots of reasons your balance may be off. I'm not telling you why your balances might be off. That's for a medical professional to determine if it is off. Okay, but there are things you can do for it. All right, how'd you do in the test? All right, depending on that might give you a little indication of how much support you need. All right, if you felt uneasy, you're going to need more support. So let go of the stories and use the support. Okay, the last thing I want is anybody to have any issues falling. All right, so come back to your mountain pose, and now we're going to play the game of recalibration, and this is where the ankles come in. Your ankles are going to do a lot of micromanagement of your balance. Going side to side, not so much forward to back. So what we're going to do is kind of just be loose. All right, I want you to just chill, be loose, and we're going to let our body adjust and recalibrate. All right, to lifting up on one foot. You're not going to be real stiff because it's going to be hard for the body to make adjustments. This is natural, normal life. You're walking, you're just hanging out. You're not in your yoga tadasana. And I want you to just shift your weight a little bit over to that left and lift the right foot up. And just notice where your body starts to tip a little bit and let it happen. Let it just kind of, let yourself find its own balance. If you need to hold on, please do. And I want you to try different things. If this is too easy for you, I want you to turn your head, look up and around, notice what's going on with your ankle, your other leg, make the adjustments as you need to, hold on if you need to. And just let your body be a little bit more relaxed. Even if you have to set your foot down, that's okay. We're just kind of playing here and letting our body get used to different weight shifts. All right. Good. All right, let's try the other side. So shift your weight to the other side, peel your foot up, hold on or don't. And then if that just isn't doing anything for you, create some novel experiences. Maybe turn the torso, take the eyes up, make the arms go in different directions, even take your leg in different positions. That's if this is too easy. Give it some novel experiences. If a novel experience is to just lift one hand up, that's a novel experience, okay? That's something new. Or feather tap with the other hand. Or even have one toe down reaching forward. That's creating a different balance structure, okay? Lots of ways to do it. All right, let's go to the next one. That's kind of letting it go, letting it be, letting your body find those adjustments. All right, find your uneven surface, your pillow. All right, we're going to place that in between the chairs. So your feet receives messages as it steps on a hard surface. It knows what that's like, and it sends up similar messages of how you need to balance on that. So we're going to take that away by stepping up on a pillow. Now it's a new sensation for your feet. How often do you stand on a pillow? I'm thinking not too often. Just take a moment to get acquainted, let your feet and your brain and your body start to make some new associations. All right, shift forward, shift back. Just notice what you notice about this change in sensation in the bottom of your feet. This shift side to side, maybe make some circles with your torso, both directions. All right, now hold on to the chair slightly, and I want you to see if you can close your eyes. The chair is right there for you. If you need it, close your eyes, see how that feels to make that stand on an uneven surface, because that's like grass, right? We're going to be walking on grass soon. Beaches, sand, rocks. All right, now hold on to the chair, shift your weight to the left, peel your right foot up or step it over top of the pillow and just tap the toe. But if you can lift the foot up, we're going to try a one-legged stance with the uneven surface. And we're going to try to hold it for 10-ish seconds. If your standing leg is getting tired, that's strengthening. If it hurts, then set the other one down. But if it's just getting a little fatigued, recognize that as building strength. All right, close your eyes if you can, or create novel experiences with this. Maybe turn your head. This is hard. Closing your eyes is hard. Even lifting and looking up and around is hard. All right, and then relax. Shake the legs out and let's go to the other side. So shift your weight to the other foot. You got your chairs here. Tap the foot forward or lift it up if that works for you today. Keep that core strong, but still at the same time, allow some movement, allow for some recalibration. If you're too stiff, your body's going to have trouble making those little micro changes for you. Mine aren't so micro, are they? Maybe look your head up, take your head up, look to the side. What happens if you look even behind you? Oh, that's a whole new thing. Somebody calls your name and you're taking a step forward and you look behind, that's one of the fall risks, right? All right, lower that down. Okay, let's step off the block, off this for a moment. And we're going to use the blocks now. Well, don't use the blocks yet. Just have them down in front of you. We'll use them in a second. You're in between. And we're going to try that sobriety test. So first, we're going to shift our weight over to the left and just swing your right foot forward and back. Let it be free and easy. See if you can hold on with just one hand feather tap or not. And then next time your foot is forward, you have options here. You can create a wider base of support if that's where you are today. You can narrow the base of support, all right, keeping it still, not quite heel toe, or you can slide your heel towards your toe, squeeze in toward the midline. This is where I think having a little bit of drawing in toward the center helps your balance here as you start to strengthen those muscles that will help your balance. So this is more of a strengthening exercise than an awareness. All right, see if you can't get that heel toe. So here your options are wide base of support, narrow base of support, or heel toe. And those are the progressions you can use to come to practice this let go or hold on. One more breath here. Can you close your eyes in this position? All right, let's go to the other side. So now you're standing on the right leg, and you're going to swing the left leg, hold on or don't. And then when that foot is forward, you decide if you want to try first wide base of support, tightrope walk in line, or heel toe walk. Squeeze toward the midline. You can squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs toward each other. Hold on or don't, feather tap. Again, if it's too easy for you, create more novel experiences. Look up, look right, look left, maybe look behind you, close your eyes. And notice, is it easier with one foot in front of the other than the other? That's some information for you. Good, one more breath here. And then release that, shake it out. Okay, all right, good. Your legs are going to be tired after this, okay? Because you're standing on that one leg, and that's part of building the strength. So if you practice this one a few times, even if you just take this segment, it's going to get easier, I promise you. Okay, we're going to stand in between the chairs, and we're going to step back into warrior one. So shift your weight a little bit to the left, and step your right foot back into warrior one. Warrior one is when your wide base of support, your back right heel is down on the earth, foot's at a 45-degree angle, and you've got a gentle bend to the front knee. All right. So hips are going to go wherever the knee feels safest. So don't torque yourself and twist your knee. If you need to turn sideways a little bit, that's okay. All right. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. If you feel safe, letting go. Now here's the tricky part. We're going to lift up on those back toes. So lift up the back heel and turn the toes facing forward. So now we're in lunge. All right. That's tricky in and of itself. We're in lunge. So we're going to lower the right hand down to the chair. And did I do that backwards? Lengthen up. Yep, lengthen up, and then take that arm back behind you, okay? Take it back behind you and see if you can tap with your left fingertips, tap the back of your right thigh. If you can't reach it, that's okay. Just point it back in that direction. All right, so either it's pointing back in that direction or it's able to touch the back side of that thigh. Now, if you feel balanced, reach the other arm up overhead. The right arm reaches up overhead. And maybe the eye gaze looks up at the hand. And then lower the hand back down, hold on to the back of the chair and step the back foot forward. Okay, ready for the other side? All right, we're going to step the left foot back into a warrior one. So step it back, the heel is down, the toes are at a 45-degree angle. There's a bend to the front knee, knee stacks directly over ankle. Squeeze that back glute, hold on to your warrior one for a moment. Once you feel you've got your feet grounded, your core engaged, your drishti set, reach the arms up overhead, see if that feels safe for you. We're going to lower the right hand down to the chair and then sweep the left hand back behind you. Maybe it just points back behind you. Maybe it actually touches that back thigh. The eye gaze goes over the right shoulder. Now, if you feel safe and balanced, if not, don't let go. But if you do, reach the left arm up overhead and then let your eye gaze come up to that left hand. Reach the fingertips towards the sky, eye gaze looks up. Good. Keep the core strong. Beautiful. Good. And then slowly lower that back down. Oops, we forgot to come up on the lunge. Sorry, I was supposed to have you lift your heel up. That would create another balance challenge, right? So next time you would lift that heel up and step the back foot forward. Let's shake all that out. Okay. The next section is 8 strengthening exercises to help with your balance. So again, this is another segment. You can just do this eight section segment, okay? So what have we done so far? We've stood on one foot for at least 10 seconds, trying to work up to 20. We've done it on uneven surfaces, trying to lift one foot. If that's too easy, we're turning our head side to side, closing our eyes, creating novel experiences, okay? That's part 1. Now this is more strengthening, okay? The first thing we're going to do is take our feet about hip distance, not too far from hip distance. And the only thing we're going to do is shift our weight side to side. So you're in between the chairs holding on, shift the weight. And if you feel like you can lift your leg, lift your foot up, lift your foot up. So it's a little slight bend to the knee. So we're going to strengthen the quads with a little slight bend to the knee as we lift the foot up. Now, if you feel like you can cross your hands over your chest, that'll create a novel experience. And if you can look over your shoulder with each lift, doesn't matter which side you look up. When I lift my right foot, I look right. When I lift my left foot, I look left. If that makes you dizzy, then don't do that part. All right, so that's number 1. And I felt a little heat build up in my thighs. Okay, we need to get the thighs strong. The second one is called clock reach. So what we're going to do here is shift our weight over to the right. And 2 options, either you just lift the heel up off the floor or you lift the whole foot up off the floor and reach the same arm forward. So you imagine you're a clock and you're pointing at 12 o'clock. You're going to keep the eye gaze forward as we go from 12 o'clock, sweep the arm out to 3 o'clock, keeping the foot lifted or touching the earth, and then sweep it back behind you to 6 o'clock, and then back to 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock, and lower it back down. Okay, shift the weight to the left. Peel the heel or lift the foot, reach the right arm forward. 12 o'clock, keep the eye gaze forward, core is strong, foundation is set. Press to 3 o'clock, push back to 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and lower back down. We're going to change that up a little bit. We're going to follow our hand with our eye gaze this time. So hold on to the right, peel left foot or march. Arm goes forward, same side. So we're going to point at 12 o'clock and then turn our head to 3 o'clock as the arm reaches. And then 5 or 6 o'clock, wherever you can get. See if you can feather tap with the opposite hand. Follow your eye gaze back to 3 o'clock and then to 12 o'clock and lower back down. Now it's a little harder when you move your head, right? But that's what happens when you walk. You're always up on one foot. Someone calls your name and you're sweeping around this way and all of a sudden you lose your balance. Okay, so this is teaching our body how to deal with that stuff. All right, shift to the left, peel or lift that right foot. Right arm reaches forward at 12, core, drishti. All right, we're going to follow our hand to 3 o'clock, follow it to 6 o'clock. You can do this as slow or as fast as you want. I think the slower you go, the harder it is. One more time, 3 o'clock, whoop, and 6 o'clock. Feel that ankle wobbling back and forth. This is a lot of ankle strengthening and lower. Shake those legs out. All right, number 3, back leg press. So back leg press is not arching your back, okay? You're gonna do a back leg press as you squeeze the glute. The toes and the knees all face forward. Don't arch your back into this, so lean forward if you need to, and just press back and back, and try to build up to 15 presses, okay? So this is strengthening the glutes and the back of the hamstring and the standing leg, right? And you can challenge your balance by doing opposite arm leg or maybe reaching both arms forward. And let's do 2 more and release. Make some big circles with your hips. If you felt that in your back, you weren't hinging forward enough. All right, keep it out of the lumbar spine. All right, step the other foot back, hinge forward a bit, flex the foot, squeeze the butt, press back and back. Hips, toes, and knees are all facing forward. Little subtle movements. It's not a dramatic movement. Opposite arm can reach forward. Maybe the other arm. Get a little more core strengthening in there. 13, 14, 15. Good. All right. See what we're building here? Quad strength, glute strength, adductor strength. All right. I think that one's coming next. Let's see. Okay. So this is same side, same arm leg lift. So you're going to hold on with the left and just reach the right arm up overhead, left leg. So you can peel if your leg's getting really fatigued. And you want to try to hold this for 10 seconds and build up to 20. And this is a lot of challenge on this right side of the body because it's not opposite arm. You don't have like that contralateral balance shift. You're on the same side. All right, let's try the other side. Hold on with the right, lift the leg, see if you can feather tap. And if you can just do, 2 or 3 sets of these, and this is stuff you can do while you're getting ready for the hot water to heat up in your shower. You got a wall to hold on to or a bar to hold on to, right? One more time each way. You can try to brush your teeth standing on one foot, right? That gives you some novel experiences. Oh, here's a tough one, but brush your teeth with your opposite hand. All right, and see the challenge there. All right, last one. Now I can't remember if we did each side. I think we did. Okay, shake that out. All right, now this is the adductor. So we're taking our leg out to the side. So we're working our abductors, adductor. And I even like to cross my leg over because that's going to ensure that I'm really pressing and using the adductor. So the hip, knees, and foot are all pointing forward. You're flexing the foot and you're using your muscle energy to take it out. You're not just letting it swing back. You're actually drawing that leg back toward and across the midline. There again, anything that goes across the midline is doing that nice brain fitness work. And again, you're trying to build up to 15. And I know I'm getting fatigued, so sure you are too, maybe. All right, let's try the other side. So really get your foundation set, core, drishti. Hold on or don't, but use your muscle energy going both directions. Good. And 2 more. And 2. Beautiful. All right, now hold on to the chair, shake it out, and just shift your weight from heel to toe. So lift your toes up, stand on your heels for a second, And then lift your heels up, stand on your toes for a second. So here we're just building some foot strength and some flexibility in the Achilles and the calf. So again, this is something you can do while you're waiting for your coffee to brew. Hold on between the counters, hold on to the refrigerator door. We have to weave our yoga into our daily life, right? There's always something we can do. Couple more, heel toe lift. All right. Now, if you're getting really tired and you want to sit down, go ahead and have a seat. But this one is just marching and holding. So we're trying to get our right knee up to our chest and hold it there as long as we can for up to 20 seconds. You can hold on to the chair. You can hold on to the underside of your leg. We're just trying to hold it. You can just, step it out in front of you. That's still if that's where you are with your balance, that's still a challenge there. All right. And then it's also giving us a stretch in our glutes. Maybe flex the foot, get a little flexion there. And then if you want, you can even bring your elbow towards your knee. So you're doing kind of a little crunchy there. And then switch. And switch. So you want to build up to maybe 15 or 20 seconds. So I'm doing them a lot faster because I'm adding that core component, but you can just then hold on to the leg too, and then try feather tapping and the last one on this side. Nice. Okay, shake it out. We're almost done, I promise. You're doing great. Okay, bring the chairs a little closer to you. This is that thing where when somebody calls your name and you have to twist and turn, this is teaching your body how to respond to that. So soften your knees. And basically what you're just going to do is pretend somebody called your name. You're going to take both hands over to the right side, keep your knees soft so you don't torque them, and look over behind your shoulder. Say, what? I'm busy. And then turn and look the other way. Come back to center, twist and turn, and twist. What? Now the trick here is when you twist to the right, can you lift your left foot? And then switch as if you're walking, right? When you're always on one foot when you're walking. Try to do it with one foot. See if that changes things up a little bit. Let's go one more time each side. Okay, that's a good one to practice because people are always calling your name behind you. Last one, sit stand, one of the most important things that you can do. All right, so if you have trouble with sit stand, you can use the other chair in front of you to help pull you up. So make sure, I'll do it sideways. Make sure that both chairs are on the mat, okay, so they don't slide. And you can use the other chair to help you do sit stand, okay? Or an arm of a chair is even better, having your arm on a chair or one hand on the chair, one on the front of the chair, okay? If you know someone that has a walker, you never want them to put their hand on the walker and get up that way because that's a sure way to fall, all right? You're not supposed to do that. So this practice is just for you to strengthen your quads. So the feet are behind the knees. Sit up tall, hinge forward, nose over toes, and you can progress with that. You can press your hands into the chair, into the back of the chair, into the thighs, lift up. Now sitting down is equally as important. Shift your weight to the heels of your feet and send the sitting bones back. And you want to sit down with much control as possible. Slow, 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 because you can risk compression fracture if you plop, all right? Do not want compression fractures in your lower back. So shift the weight to the heels of the feet, draw the core in, push the feet into the earth, lift to standing. Shift the weight to the heels of your feet, slow, 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 sit down without a plop. You can cross your hands over your chest, give yourself a little more challenge. Shift the weight, sit back down. And then arms can even reach forward or up overhead. Okay, for another challenge. You have no idea how important this is until you can't do it. Or you're the one lifting your mom up, right? So recommendation is try not to use those chairs that lift you up. Keep working at this. When you're sitting on the toilet, sit down a few times, getting up from the dining room chair, after a meal, do a couple extra ones, okay? You can't do this too much because this is also a fitness test to see how, just to measure strength and longevity. All right, so that's your homework to practice sit stand. I'm tired, I don't know about you, but let's get down on the floor now. And when you get down on the floor, listen to your body and where does it take a sigh? Where do you feel the release? What have you been holding on to? Let the spine release, just notice, okay? So go ahead and get down there. All righty. Go ahead and say, allow your spine to release. Notice where you feel you may have been holding on to tightness or tension. Just use the breath to soften that. Take a couple of Samavitri breaths where you breathe in equal parts. Feels good to sweat too, right? Feel the strength of your legs. Now let's draw the knees into the chest, give them a little hug, rock the knees side to side. Good. And then slowly move into a nice full body stretch. Reach the arms overhead, make some circles with the ankles, circles with the wrists. Nice. And then lower the arms down. Just bring the right knee into the chest, maybe under the thigh, and rock that leg side to side. Release the hip. Good. And bring the other knee into the chest, but don't hold it. Extend it up toward the sky. I haven't done a lot of hamstring stretching, so this may feel tight. Flex the foot, draw the toes towards the nose, and then slow as you can go, lower the foot down to the earth. That's enough. And then bring the knee back into the chest and switch. So now you're holding on to your left leg, extend the right leg up toward the sky, let it stretch and lengthen, root the pelvis down toward the earth, and then slowly lower. If that's too much, just bend the knee and then slide the foot down to the floor, okay? Slowly lower, hover, and then switch. Inhale that left leg up toward the sky. And then slowly lower it down toward the earth. Feel that core strength, use your belly muscles. And then back to center and lift the other leg up, right leg lifts. Slowly lower it down to the earth. Or you are bending the knee, tapping the foot and sliding the foot down to the floor. Let's go one more time each way. Knee into the chest, extend the left leg long, slowly lower it. And back into the chest, other leg lifts, slowly lower. Nice. Okay, so now you've got your right leg long, your left knee bent. Can you take your left leg across your body and do a little twist? Left shoulder reaches for the earth, may or may not stay on the earth, that's okay. Left hip comes up off the earth. And your right hand can kind of massage the side of your thigh or invite the knee down toward the floor. Look over your left shoulder. This is a nice segmented twist now. Remember, not pushing through any discomfort, just allowing your body to feel good. Do what feels good in your body. Slowly come back to center. So melt back toward the middle. Bring both knees in. rock back and forth. Make sure that spine is nice and long and aligned, and then slide the left leg down and take the right leg across the body. The right hip lifts up, the right shoulder reaches toward the earth, but doesn't have to land there. Looking over your right shoulder. With some of the things we practiced today, we're paying attention to, right side, left side, lengthening, strength, just sensations that you feel, and balances, asymmetries, just for awareness and a snapshot of what you've got to start with. And then working sequentially the parts of the body that will help to support your balance, and trying novel experiences with those if it becomes too routine, by closing your eyes or taking your eye gaze different directions. And then trying some functional things where if somebody calls your name and you're looking behind, your body might be a little more accustomed to how to adjust to those different things. All right, so practice will help over time, unless you have a medical issue that precludes your balance from being more on the normal side. Sometimes it's just inequities in your muscle strength. All right, one more knee to chest. And make some circles with your ankles. Worked our ankles a lot today. Thank your ankles for doing the little wobble thing for you, helping you make those micro adjustments, recalibrating your balance. And then settle into Shavasana. And once you get there, I have an awesome poem I want to read to you. So Amanda Gorman was on Vogue. A beautiful woman. All right. Get yourself comfy. Let your spine release. And see if you can adjust and find that balance of going from being active to more still. You'll never be perfectly still. That's not the way of the human body. But you will be more relaxed, in a more relaxed place. So this poem by Pablo Neruda is called Keeping Quiet. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak any language. Let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead in winter and later proves to be alive. Now I'll count up to 12. And you keep quiet, and I will go. No rush to come out of Shavasana. If you'd like to stay there, please do. But if you feel ready, start with the breath. Enjoy a full, nourishing breath in. Take a long, slow, joyful breath out. Make a little assessment of your body. Notice how it feels after your practice, and offer some gratitude by celebrating, wiggling fingers and wiggling toes, turning your wrists, turning your head side to side. Being gentle with yourself as you awaken back into the space. Bending the knees, rocking side to side, or giving yourself a hug with the knees into the chest. Rolling on over to your favorite side with a gentle pause for some self-gratitude for taking care of you today. And pressing the hands into the earth to come to a comfortable seat. The hands are available, bringing them finger to finger, palm to palm, thumbs in the heart space. And just know that all the light and love in my heart honors the same light and love in each of yours. And bow your head to honor your own practice. And then blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha with Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Enjoy this beautiful spring day. And practice, practice, practice. You'll have this one for yourself.